Hello, and welcome to Game of the Day. Today's game is Code Vein. Now, this is a fairly new series. It came out during September or so. It's pretty much the same people who made God Eater. And I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah, they're kind of connected. I don't know. I don't want to spoil a lot. Anyway, let's talk about the story of Code Vein. So, Code Vein is set in this vampire post-apocalyptic world where only vampires live, and not really vampires, they're called revenants, and they really crave for blood, and if they don't get blood, they turn into the Lost, which is the enemies that you're going to be facing. So basically the Lost are like lost. They don't have hearts, they don't have memories, nothing. So you play as a revenant in this post-apocalyptic world. There are humans, but they're not really prominent. Anyway, you play in this post-apocalyptic world and you try to survive as long as you can. A lot of people have been calling this anime Dark Souls or waifu Dark Souls, and I mean, they're not wrong. I have played Dark Souls and I can see the gameplay and the other functions as very similar. The only difference is that in Code Vein, you have partners, and the more partners you have, the easier the game is. So, just saying it out there. Also, like in God Eater, you can improve or you can enhance your relationship with your partners, and the more that you enhance your partners, you also get enhanced. So, that's pretty much the enhancement system. Again, like God Eater 3, there's like stories, there's like backstories, there's like side stories, and if you're a completionist, you're going to want to get all of the codes. So codes are the, I guess, classes. So they're classes wherein if you use a certain kind of code, you can use this kind of weapon, this kind of armor, etc, etc. It also depends on your stats, it also depends on your status, and etc, etc. Now, a lot of people, including me, like the personalization character thingy. So if you can personalize your character, you can do a lot of things, like a bunch of things. Think Soul Calibur, that much of creativity. Like, I've already made a character that looks like Cloud, and a character that looks like Sephiroth. So yeah, no joke, it's a really fun game. Other than being a Dark Souls clone, I don't really see anything different, anything the same with the gameplay. I mean, yeah, once you save, all the enemies return, and once you die, all your items disappear as well, just like in Dark Souls, but you can also pick them up. Gameplay. Now, I don't know why this is, but the main bosses are easier than the sub-bosses. So the main bosses are the enemies that you have to defeat in order for you to like progress through the story, while the sub-bosses are kind of there but doesn't really have to do anything with the story. Now, for some reason, the sub-bosses are harder than the main bosses. Like, you can defeat main bosses for the first time, but sub-bosses? Oh, it's gonna take you 3 hours. Trust me, I hate that wolf berserker thing. Argent berserker wolf thing. I could not kill that. But for some reason, the very final boss, I could defeat first try. The one you're seeing right now is first try. I didn't even try that hard. And yeah, difficulty-wise, it tells you that it's hard, but it's only hard in certain parts. But yeah, it is kind of hard if you're not used to games like Dark Souls. So yeah. UI, it's free flowing. The reason why it's like an MMORPG is because it is. You can connect with other players who play the game, and they help you out and such. So yeah, the UI is very fluid. They don't have a pause button, so yeah, I guess it ranks up the difficulty as well. But let's talk about waifus now. There are a lot of waifus in this game. There's Murasaki, there's Coco, and my personal favorite, Ayo, who is I don't know, a messenger thing. I don't know. Basically, she's like a failed messenger, and she's part of your team now, and she has very big babbies, and I don't know what she's wearing, but it's hot. And then there's also this flat girl. I don't really care about her. And then there's Eve. I don't really care about her. What sucks is that this game is set in a post-apocalyptic world, so you can't really imagine things. So, well, there's a hot spring, but that's it. That's all the fan service you're ever gonna get. But yeah, I like the game. Overall, I probably give it a 7 or 8. Somewhere beyond those lines, because I can't stop thinking of it as waifu Dark Souls. But if you like hard games uh, fan service, I guess, then I suggest you play this game. But anyway, that's it for Game of the Day. See you tomorrow.